working with Mrs. Samala this time for this module, and we're going to talk about photography and how STEAM, or STEM, has turned into STEAM. So let's just talk about that first. What is STEAM? STEAM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Art, and Math. So you're going to watch Mrs. Samala's video along with my video to put our projects together to make one. I'll talk about the technology side of it here in just a little bit. But notice STEAM creates both sides of your brain thinking: creativity, communication, critical thinking, problem solving, perseverance, passion, innovation, and others. Photography has been around for a long time. This is the first surviving photo that was taken in 1826. I'm sure Mrs. Samala showed you this as well. That photo is 194 years old. History of photography, all the way from 1021 to 2000, so there's 20 more years in addition to the history of photography that's not even here, and it has changed in those last 20 years quite a bit since the year 2000. Why art and technology? Well, what makes an aesthetically pleasing website? If you think about it, usability, first of all, is you want to be able to have your website be usable if you create one. Also, what's really important is color. The color you used in your websites can drastically either improve or ruin the user's experience. So this is where art really takes precedence in when creating anything using technology, especially in photography. Pictures and graphics. No one wants to look at visually boring sites if you're making a website. So they use high quality photos and graphics that enhance the user's experience. And usually when you're on Amazon or another site that you're purchasing stuff on, you're not going to purchase from a website that probably doesn't look very nice. And then they use white space very well within their websites. And Mrs. Samala, I'm sure, has talked to you or will talk to you about white space at some point. And then finally, when you're using your text, you want to make sure your information is clear and well organized, so it is not cluttered and for the user to understand what you're trying to get across. On your camera, when we get into the use of your camera, you'll see a grid, and I'll show you how to get this grid up on your camera. And notice how the tree is off to the right-hand side in this intersecting sign. This looks like a tic-tac-toe grid. It really is not. But photographers want to use these intersecting lines to put their subjects in. For the subject here is the tree. And it makes it aesthetically pleasing when these subjects are in these intersecting grids, so intersecting lines when you take your picture. So you don't always want to take your picture right in the center of your camera. So that's called the rule of thirds, and you can see what Mrs. Samala calls the hot points are the circles right here. And that's where you want to kind of put your subjects in those hot points. And that just makes your pictures aesthetically more pleasing to your brain. Or you can also fill the frame. And I have this picture here where the cow has filled the full frame of the photo. So you're going to go on a photo scavenger hunt. And I took some pictures I'll show you from a high angle, a shot above, from a low angle, shot from below or the side, maybe a kind of an ant's point of view. And then I took two pictures close up and far away. What you're going to need on your iPad is an app that looks like this called PicCollage. If you do not have PicEDU, I think it's called, you're going to need to install it from self-serve. I'll show you how to do that in just a little bit. Again, that's what the app looks like. From there, you're going to go to grids. You're going to go to grids, and you're going to find a grid of 4 where you can put 4 pictures. You can pick any grid you want, and I'll show you that in a little bit. You're going to upload your pictures, and once you upload your pictures or select your pictures to upload, they'll go into your grid something like this. And there's some other things that you can do to your grids once your pictures are on your page. And I'm not sure exactly what Mrs. Samla is going to have you do. I'm just going to go over the basics on how to use PicCollage. And then after you're finished, you're going to save it to your library and you're going to upload it to Seesaw, and I will also show you how to do that. So let's get started using just the camera. For the camera, you're going to find the icon that looks like this, camera. Tap on it. You can see, I don't know if you can see the faint grid lines on my camera here. You can see my wonderful background of my drink that I'm drinking and a bag there. So, but if you don't have this grid, this is how you would get the grid for your camera. You would go to settings. You're going to go to camera. Oops, right there. And it says grid right here. And if it's not green, that means your grid is off. So you're just going to tap it so it turns green. And now your camera grid will be on. Let's go back to my camera, and there's my camera grid. You're going to take a photo, keep this on photo, but you can also try some different items here after you do the assignment for Mrs. Samla. So you're just going to keep that in photo. You're going to tap this solid dot right here to take a picture. Looks like I just took a picture, and then that'll save to your library or onto the iPad so you can upload it to PicCollage. Let's talk about PicCollage. So PicCollage, I said you might have to get into self-serve. Self-serve is right here. So you might have to go into self-serve and find PicCollage. It is in ABC order. So if you just scroll down to the letter P, you should find PicCollage right there. PicCollage. That one. And once you download it, it will look like this right here. There we go. Rotate my screen here. Oh, nope, I don't have to. And you're going to choose grids. You can explore with freestyle or templates, but right now I think Mrs. Samla just wants you to choose grids. We're going to tap on grids. You're going to choose a 4x4 grid. So I'm going to choose, you could choose this one. This one holds 4 pictures. I'm going to choose this one here because that one also holds 4 pictures. So I'm going to tap on that. And now I'm going to find my pictures. And to do that, I'm going to tap on a square. Oops, I'm going to show you. I'm just going to tap on a square. And I go to photos. And I had already took my pictures, and I do not see, oh, there they are. So I took a top, a bottom, I'm going to get rid of that one, a top, no, I took 2 top, looks like. So top, and where's my side? Oh, and a far away. Close up, far away, and side view. So I'm going to press the check mark for all 4 of those, and they pop right into your PicCollage. Now, in my pictures, Mrs. Samla gave me a bowl of fruit, and I said, I'm going to put a robot in my bowl of fruit. And what's interesting about this picture is I want you to see if you can find the strawberry in my bowl of fruit. And some pictures, there's a picture where you're going to see it. There might be even 2 pictures where you see it, to see if you can find that strawberry in my fruit bowl here with my robot dash. So you also have some options down below that you can add, and I'm not sure exactly what Mrs. Samla wants you to do, but I'm just going to go over some of the tools down here. So you can add some backgrounds if you wanted to, and I'm just going to, you can change the layout of the colors. Remember we said the white space is important, right? Your white space is going to be your border of your picture. I like white, but you could change it to purple or red or blue. You can also add some designs if you wanted. So if I wanted to add some designs, I could add a design instead. So you can be a little creative in how you want your background again, but think about what Mrs. Samla talks to you about color. Okay, so I probably might want to put some yellow in there because I have a yellow banana in my picture, and I might want to add that in there just like that. Yep. So next we want to go ahead and that was, I'm gonna go back, there we go. And I already have my photos in here, so I'm not gonna go to photos, but you have some sticker options. You could add some stickers if you wanted. You could add some text if you wanted. So if you have a pet, you might wanna name your pet. So if I wanna say I have Dash here, I'm gonna say Dash, my Dash robot, right? So, oops, and it looks like I lost my word there for a second. So, type that in there again, Dash, there we go, and we'll put the check mark, and there's Dash. And I can move that word anywhere I want. Or if you want to label your fruit, or you want to say a pet's name, if you're choosing to do a pet around your house, you can do whatever you want. I can also take that arrow and make it bigger. I can turn it, so you can be real creative with that. You can also change the text font on that, and I can click on the T, and I have all kinds of font text. I can change the color of the letters as well. So there's lots of things you can do with this, the lettering on there if you want. But remember, it's about the picture for this activity. It's not necessarily always about the words. And then you could doodle on it if you wanted. You can actually write on this if you want, and by clicking that, and change the colors at the bottom as well. So I'm going to clear that, and there we go. All right, so that is Piccollage in a short version. So if I felt I was finished with my activity, and you might want to put your name on here so Mrs. Samla knows it's you. I don't think you have to, because we're going to upload it to Seesaw. So when I say I'm done, I'm going to press the word done, and you can explore some of these tools again after you're finished. It's going to bring you to save to library. So I'm just going to save it to my library. So I just clicked save to library. You can see the check mark. And now I'm going to actually go to more, and I'm going to upload it to Seesaw right there. So tap on Seesaw. And if I want to share it to a sample student, I'm just going to share it to a sample student. I'm going to press the check mark. It's preparing the item, and you would share it to Mrs. Samla and I, because I want to see the technology part of your assignment to see if you can do this. It should now be in that sample student. And that was in first grade, I believe. Let's see if I can find it real quick. So I'm going to find my Seesaw app. Let's see here. There it is. And it's posted in my sample student. It popped right up. So there we go. So that's it for my end of it. If you have any questions, remember in the module, if we're still distance learning, you can always log in and you can talk to me about how to do an activity if you have a question. I'm excited to see what you come up with, and hopefully what you come up with is a lot of fun. Thanks, and have a great day.